Good morning, everyone. What is good? Hey, Shayak. Hey, Randwolf. Good morning. Nice ranging market here overnight. Make sure we get that range drawn. Hey, Pepe. Have a little uptrend going here. This would have been a great context for a second entry long right here. Didn't end up happening. Bear signal bar not touching the EMA. We'll be best off waiting for prices to get to the top of the range and then looking for a short of some sort. Nasdaq, quite a few bars printed here. Might consider, that's already on the 2000 tick. I'll probably leave it there. But yeah, a lot of bars printed there. And same structure, really. Nearly the same exact pattern. Always a good sign when the indexes are flowing together. Presents our best opportunities. Most clean opportunities usually. And we haven't actually had the second entry on the Nasdaq. We had a pullback here, and the first entry long, it never pulled back until right here. This is our second pullback. We still have a chance for a second entry here on the Nasdaq. Prices have not made a new high yet. So we'll see if the EMA holds. If we can get maybe one more bar and a good one, we can consider going long here. Bar's got 300 ticks left, so we could get a formation here. Morning, Steve. Okay, perfect. This next bar just needs to go tick lower. End bullish and nice and green. It'll have to be nice, you know, again, the ES already made a new high. That trend has already played out. So hopefully it doesn't correct and drag the Nasdaq down with it. Here we go. Just want to see one little tick below this bar and then finish green. So far we haven't ticked below. As you can see, we're still floating right here. Can't take an inside bar. It really needs to come down, draw in some shorts, and then finish green. Okay, there is our tick below. So let's see this end nice and green here. Okay, I got my order ready just in case. Looking pretty good. There we go. Finish green, baby. Nice. That's exactly what we want. I don't think I got filled on that one. Bummer. Here, let's put an order here. Ah, come on. It's gonna go without me, isn't it? Still got time. It can still come back and fill me. So close, so close. Come on, give me a fill. Okay, I got the fill. See if this works out. Second entry long off the EMA, expecting a new high. Trading the micro Nasdaqs here, so just a little friendly extra change if we can get it. And if we were trading the regular Nasdaq contracts, you could multiply this by 100. Sorry, by 10. Might get crazy here. Hey there, OneCoin. Haven't seen you around. Welcome. We'll see if it's a very nice way to start the morning. We don't know yet. That is TBD. Hey, Rasa, good morning. I like it too. I like it too. See how it plays out. Again, the one thing that kind of is making me a little bit like, I'm not sure, was that the ES already made a new high, so expecting it to correct. Yeah, daily. Totally. Yeah, you were asking me yesterday when the next Apex 90% off sale is. Here it is. Yep. It didn't take them too long. That's right, dude. They're watching the stream. Shoot. What's up, Apex? Shout out. This thing is just hovering. Not wanting to go anywhere. I still like the setup. It didn't actually set up on the NQ chart, just on the MNQ chart. So that's another thing that's a little bit bringing me some hesitation. But got to trade the chart that is in front of me, and from what's in front of me, that looks like a really clean setup. Now, if this bar could turn into a higher low, that would really help our case here. Balls and Palantir expire today. Yeah, man, Palantir, that's a tough ticker to trade. We got 11 minutes before the open. Really need to see this bar turn into a higher low to help our case here. If this closes below the EMA, we are not in good shape. Morning, Archer. Yeah, it looks like this might close below the EMA. No bueno. Likely gonna get stopped here. Surviving by just a thread. I'm looking at the regular Nasdaq chart to see if the setup appears there. Still hasn't. Totally could. The regular Nasdaq chart is touching the EMA right now, so it could bounce up here. Let's go, baby. Come on now. Get up there. Well, either way, had to take it, at least based on the chart. The other indices, you know, had me guessing, but if I was just looking at this chart and this chart alone, take that trade every day. Alright, got stopped out. No worries. All good. Still looking to see if the setup occurs on the Nasdaq. Does, I might jump right back in. Setup was there. Yep, no regrets. Okay, now it looks like it's setting up on the Nasdaq, so I might jump back in this. Double trap on the the micro contract. And it looks like a clean second entry long on the Nasdaq. This closes above the EMA. I'm going to jump back in here on this double trap. Yeah, we're jumping back in on that. Second entry long on the Nasdaq. Double trap here on the mini Nasdaq. Hey Thomas. I think this has got a good chance. The ES again has already made a new high, but it kind of looks like it can continue going up. The EMA is holding, so we're gonna give this a whirl. Seven minutes to the open here. Hey Archer, I had you messed up. Oh, you thought I was on the ES. Yep. No, this is the Nasdaq. 6 minutes to the open. We're gonna let this play out. While we're waiting for our trade to either succeed or fail here. Taking a look at the calendar. Today's the Friday the 4th. We already had unemployment rate come out this morning, so we are free and in the clear as far as the news goes. All right, sounds good. Archer / Gary. All right, looks like we're gonna get fooled twice here. But definitely a setup I just had to take a chance on. Second entry long from this high, pull back. First entry, pull back. Second entry right on the EMA. Then I jumped back in on this double trap because there was a pretty clean second entry on the regular Nasdaq chart, so thought that'd be enough to propel it. Was wrong. So the fact that the ES already had a break and new high and is starting to correct, looks like it's pulling the Nasdaq down with it. So that's all right. You gotta shoot your shot, you know what I mean? Gotta take those chances. As far as the ES is concerned, again, since we already had a break a new high, we're getting pretty close to the top of the range. I wouldn't expect us really to test the top. We could, I mean, the open's about to come, so we could shoot up really quick, but would more expect us to start heading back down here. Hey, morning, Matthew. Hey, Toad. For all of those who didn't notice, Apex is doing another 90% off sale. We were just talking about this yesterday when they're going to do it. Well, it's here. They always seem to find some reason to do a sale. This time they're celebrating their biggest month of payouts. $5.4 million paid to traders this last month. So that is pretty crazy. Way more than any other funding company. So yeah, they're doing a 90% off flash sale until the 20th. So you got like 2 weeks on this bad boy. Load up on accounts. Earn some funded accounts. Oh, sorry to hear that, Pepe. It's hard to keep them alive sometimes. Best advice I have is just, you know, size way down. Don't try to trade too many contracts. They give you access to a lot of contracts and more than you probably have. The size way down. Top Step is pausing new evals. No way. Meaning you can't get an eval off Top Step right now? Like I can't go buy one? That's crazy. Oh my gosh, that's not a good look for the company. Yeah, totally, Gary. Don't blow your personal account. They've had too many issues with Trade Evade, so they're trying to fix it. Wow, that really sucks if you're a Top Step customer. Right, here's the open. Let's see what we got, guys. Looks like ES might get another push up here. And of course the Nasdaq is going to a new high, as we expected. Didn't fake this out a little bit before it happened. The ES now has 2 legs to a new high. Boom, boom, like that. Looks like we're gonna go test the top of the range. Coming up to the top of the range here, guys. Touching the top of the range. Let's see what happens here. Will we correct, or is this the start of some crazy bullishness? All right, pushing above the range high is going to explore possibility of a larger channel. Matthew, would I take a failed breakout, or is the bullish movement too strong to think about shorting? Yeah, bullish movement too strong for me to consider shorting. Hey, thank you, Thomas. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, we do. So look, we could fade this. We're gonna have to really see some confirmation. Like, this is gonna have to drop off and give clear failed second entry long, like below the EMA. It's got to be pretty steep for me to even consider, because this is quite the move here. All the way from the bottom to the top, lots of green bars, barely retraced, barely got below the EMA. So when you see that kind of strength, you don't really want to short. It's best if you're going to fade the top of a range, you want to see, you know, just kind of some choppy action back and forth all the way up to the top. But this is pretty strong. Nasdaq even stronger, if that's possible. Wish it would have gone up on our setup instead of stopping us out first. It'd be beautiful if we were in this runner, but that's just the way it is. Can't get hung up on it. Yeah, we'll see if a pullback here, maybe test the top of the range. If that holds and we get a nice second entry long, I might consider that. Same on the ES. We can hold the top of this range. Looking pretty good for a long. OneCoin says you had the right context. Market wanted to test yesterday's close before the rocket. Yeah, I guess so. That was pretty close to yesterday's close. Yeah, I'm still like looking back at that trade going, man, is there anything I missed? But, you know, I really don't think so. I really like that trade any day of the week. From the high, pull back, first entry long, pull back, second entry long, right off the EMA, expecting a new high. Got to take that. Yeah, I have no problem with that. And even the double trap, I re-entered on the double trap, and that's because I saw at the same time, if I can pull it up, the same time the Nasdaq was also having a second entry long. So I'm gonna pull that up. 1500. But yeah, check it out. At the same exact time, the Nasdaq had this pullback, first entry, pullback, second entry. Again, nice bullish signal bar, expecting a new high of this uptrend, and it just got stopped out before racing higher. So I think good context on both, and that's why I jumped back in. That there was some confluence between the two symbols, so yeah, I think it was, both trades were worthy. Maybe something else will make itself clear to me later and I'll see the error in my ways, but I don't, what I'm seeing right now, it looks like just a good setup that didn't work. Two good setups that didn't work. But hey, throw some love in the chat. Throw a like on the stream. You appreciate me just getting after it, taking losses in front of you guys. Or if you think if the setup was not right, let me know. Let me know. Totally open to hearing that. Okay. We got a pullback into the range. And did not get the failed second entry long, but maybe we'll get it on the ES. This is the move I was talking about that I consider shorting, just kind of a straight move down. If we get a failed second entry long, that'll be perfect. I will not take a lower high, Matthew. I'll only take a failed second entry long. Gary says it's too bullish to think about shorting. I would tend to agree, Gary. I would tend to agree. That's why it needs to set up just right. And then if you look at the Nasdaq, I mean, that is not too bullish to short. So if the Nasdaq is dropping off like that, giving more confidence to the ES following suit. But I don't know that we're going to get a failed second entry long here. I won't take just a lower high. It does need to be failed second entry. Congrats, Shayak. 10 positive days in a row. That's awesome. Enjoyed that. Great way to go into the weekend. Take care. Good question, Matthew. Can I be more confident in shorting the ES with the Nasdaq like it is, or do those divergences not mean a whole lot usually? It really depends. The two indices definitely play off one another, that's for sure. But it can kind of go either way. Sometimes the ES strength will keep the Nasdaq up and cause it to bounce, or vice versa. If the Nasdaq is dropping, the ES will drop too. So it's kind of hard to say. It's not like a straight up signal like, oh, one's dropping, go with the other. But when you have a big move like that, this dropped 83 points already. then you can, and the ES is kind of hovering right around here, you can expect it to drop more, which it did. So yeah, I would just kind of judge by the strength of the move. If one of the indices falls off a cliff and the other hasn't yet, then you can probably expect the other to go down a bit as well. But no setup to short, and we already have a break and new low of this correction channel, so that move's already over. All right, so now we're pushing back above the EMA. So we're thinking bullish again. Let's see if we can, it looks like we're probably too high to get a fail second entry short. But that could happen on the Nasdaq. On the Nas, we already have a break and new low. We could get a pullback first entry short. Got it. We can get one more second entry short here that fails. We could consider that to the long side. A couple questions. Greg, which trade did I take? I took a couple on the micro Nasdaqs. I'll just mark them here. Took this second entry long and then a double trap, which both got stopped out before rocketing to a new high. And I was just reviewing. I really don't see too much wrong with them. They look like pretty decent trades, so I think that's just part of the game. Part of the game. Toad, crazy surprise at the Apex mega sale so soon. I know. No. Which account has the best trailing drawdown ratio to target in your opinion? I would say honestly the 150k is probably. Oh, well, the best trailing drawdown ratio to target is, I mean, the lower you go, the better the ratio, right? So the 25k actually, you know, technically has the best because it's 1-to-1. They give you 1500 trailing drawdown with a 1500 target, but the caveat is like, how many contracts are you getting? Like, what's the value, right? So that only gives you, what is it, 4 contracts to trade with, whereas if you go to the 50k, it bumps up to 10, and then the 150k is 17. With the way that I trade, I have to at least trade 4 contracts. So given that, really the 150k is the best size for me. If you're trading just one contract, you can get away with the lower ones, but if you're trading multiple, I would say at least 150k account. Give yourself enough breathing room. Really, to me, I think that is the number one thing is I would say you're buying a drawdown, right? You're buying breathing room for yourself. So how much breathing room do you want? And that'll give you the best chance of hitting your targets. Even if the target is kind of big, like 300k, you have to get to, you know, it's a 20k profit target, but you get a 7,500 drawdown. So you have lots of time and space to get there. That's kind of how I've approached looking at it. Really, that's the one thing that matters for passing your account is like having enough space to do it, having enough room to be able to draw down a little bit and not have to worry. Anyway, so the Nasdaq did not give us, well, I mean, I guess it technically did give us our failed second entry short. It occurred way up here, big bar, can't take it. Maybe take a second entry long. Here's the first entry. See if we can get one more entry here. Dropping off. Can't consider that anymore. Same with the ES, dropping off here. We may have a secondary channel here. See if it can get confirmed here. No dice. Another crazy drop off, no setup to take advantage of it. This channel is still in play and we got our first break, so first break here, expecting a new low. See if we can get a second entry short at the EMA. All right, apologies for the interruption. Should be back here. And this should be the last day too of interruptions. I finally got a hold of Falcon Trading. Well, not finally got a hold of Falcon Trading Computers, but they finally sent me a new computer. I'm getting things switched around over the weekend, and there should be no interruptions moving forward. Hopefully. Unless their new computer has some problems I don't know about. But anyway, yep. No more Commodore 64. The thing is, that'd be funny if I ran all this off of Commodore 64. All these young bucks don't even know what that is. Yeah, actually the computer I have is really nice. but for whatever reason it's crashing once a day right around this time. Doesn't seem to do it around any other time. It's weird. But anyway, we're sending it in. We're gonna get it taken care of. Got a new one that we'll use in the meantime. I'm Game Boy, baby. Game Boy all day. No, I'm not that old. But we were always kind of behind the times a little bit, so. I'm mid-30s. Whatever that puts me at. I don't know if that's old. A PS2? What's a PS2? I'm just kidding. Yeah, I had a PS2 for sure. That PS2, that was, oof, that was big stuff, man. N64, that was my jam. Yeah, Archer, you got a few years on me. Grandpa Roger too, wherever you're at, Grandpa. All right, let's get our channels back on here, guys. Still working this range. May extend the range too, we'll see. Add this channel going up. This one going down. James Bond knife fire, totally. GoldenEye. GoldenEye was my game. I don't think anyone here could beat me at GoldenEye. Drawing my channels on the Nasdaq here too. Tank battle or Pong, nice. You were 7 when Grandpa Rogers was married? Oh man, alright. Archer's game was going outside and playing. You ever heard of that, guys? You ever heard of that game? It's a good one. All right, so we had that move down. I agree, Archer. I spent a lot of time outside myself. Play ball with Dad, Jen. That was a good generation, man. If that's how you're gonna be labeled, that's a good one to be labeled. Hiding from dinosaurs, nice, Greg. If this continues to move down, I will probably widen this channel like so. Well, either way, we've had to break a new low. Whether or not the channel is wide. The range is definitely winning out. Looks like we are going to be headed down to the bottom here. The Nasdaq moving down quite significantly, almost to the bottom of its range now. And this was choppy enough where we might consider buying here at the bottom of the range. I am going to keep an eye out though for possibly a bigger channel. It's decent. It's decent. We'll see how this channel works out. I mean, it is in a range. You know, we generally try to avoid big channels in a trading range structure, but we'll see. We're going to keep it up for a little bit. It's kind of a wait and see channel, just in case channel. Back on the ES, might be able to do something similar here. Pretty decent there as well. Kind of steep though. Usage exceeded message. Oh, bummer. Well, I appreciate the support. That's a bummer. I didn't know that. That's kind of a bummer they have limits on that. I believe you can use probably save 90 if my code doesn't work. I appreciate that, Ted. I appreciate that. But yeah, if it's not working, it's not working. I think, again, you can use save 90, if I'm not mistaken. Man, what a move down. What a move down. Second entry short would be great if it happens. Got quite a ways to go back to the EMA. The V-shape reversal. The fabled V-shape reversal. Nasdaq is below the trading range at this point. See if that can hold, and we can get a second entry short there. So on both indices, waiting for a second entry short. All right, we got our first entry right here, folks. Pull back, first entry. Is our second entry. We did not get back to the trend line or the EMA, so can't take that. But might consider taking it off the channel here, even though not back to the EMA. We'll see how this setup forms. The Nasdaq is just kind of rocketing up here. Not even, yeah, maybe it had a second entry or a first entry, but no signs. It's gonna go further down. Now we're above the EMA. Gary says there's an overshoot if you use the spike in the channel down. Okay, we'll have to look at that. That would make sense. This is kind of acting like an overshoot here. So won't take the second entry at this point. Would need a lower high confirmation. All right, well, there's our second entry short. Not even close to a good entry. Let's see if we can find that spike in the channel that Gary was talking about. Spike down here. Channel going this way. There's our overshoot. That would definitely explain the crazy bounce we got. Yeah, never even touch the EMA on the way down. That's usually always a sign you're going to get a steep correction. Over on the Nasdaq, we're still in this correction channel here. But yes, it looks more like two legs, but we could also draw it like so. Hard to say. If we just drop below the EMA here, then I could totally see this as two legs of correction. But if we keep going up, we'll have to widen it like that. These channels definitely explain why we may have gotten a big bounce there, but I still like how this visually looks. Either way, I think we're expecting a new low. See if we can get a failed second entry long here. Might consider a lower high. Just trying to keep this possible channel in mind. The Nasdaq already going quite far down. Same on the ES. I am going to keep that channel narrow. We'll see what a lower high might look like right here at the EMA. I kind of pushed up pretty strong though. This green bar closes above the EMA, definitely won't consider a lower high. There's our lower high. Didn't even close below the EMA. We can get a second entry short. That would also be a failed second entry long, and can consider taking that if we go below the EMA here. Crazy, we never even got to the overnight low. Like we're bouncing right off of this area right here. Makes sense. We also had a bounce here and a bounce here, so definitely some sort of support at that level. Okay, now we've definitely had two legs up. Almost measured. Nasdaq, same deal. Still have quite a ways to go if we're going to get a measured leg. We'll see where that level ends up. Right around that EMA. Super close to that measured leg here. I'll see if we turn down, or maybe we'll just keep rocketing up here. Tempted to play this, fade this measured move. Two legs to a new high. But that's not really in my my bag of tricks. That'd be more of a Gary trade. But it definitely has some merit. There is a ton of room back to the EMA. Two legs up. Measured move. We got like a really nice bearish bar. That'd be hard to resist. There it is. Gary, you in it? That technically is a second entry short as well. From this low, pull back first entry, pull back second entry. All right, gonna take these off. We know we've hit that measured move. I like a failed second entry long here. Come on, baby. Give us our first entry right there. There's our first entry long. Now I want to see a strong push below the EMA and a failed second entry long, and we could take advantage of that. Gary has not made a trade since July 28th. Wow. Yeah, I'm still short bias here too. Although that was really the chance for the bears to take over and push it below the EMA, and we got nothing. Kind of hard to figure out a good bullish channel here though, because this starts off the second swing. Doesn't usually work like that. Let's see if we can find something on the Nasdaq. Definitely looks better on the Nasdaq. The only way to make it fit from the bottom here is to go super wide and discount. Sorry, I'm over here. And discount this gap here. This doesn't look good. It doesn't look right. This is the only channel that looks right for now, but it's coming off the second swing, so kind of weird. Don't really like it, but I'm just gonna keep it on the chart just for now. We have something, and then we can adjust once we get a little bit more information. But clearly bullish. We had two legs up, and then this is really the chance for us to go lower, for bears to come into the market, and nothing. We kept pushing higher. So definitely indicating prices trend is stronger than we initially may have suspected. See if we can get a clean second entry long here at the EMA. Looking for the same thing here on the Nasdaq. We have our pullback. Let's see what a second entry long looks like. Of course, always drawing our short-term correction channels. We need to respect even the correction channels. Don't want to trade against the micro trends. Nasdaq so far bouncing nicely off the bottom of that channel there. See if we can get that first entry and then a second entry right off that channel, and that will be money in the bank. We got our first entry here on the S&P 500. Just need to get back to this area, get our second entry. The Nasdaq starting to trade below the EMA. We need to see some action above it soon. There we go. Pushing up. Almost. Yes, we're stalling out a little bit. Second entry short is forming on the 10,000 tick. Well, we definitely need to keep an eye on that. See, on the 10,000 tick, this definitely looks like one leg. We're still above the EMA there, so I don't know about that. The Nasdaq might be going up here on this first entry. I think technically we did have our second entry here. Can't remember if this ticked higher or lower first. If it ticked higher first, that's one entry, pull back, second entry, but we had to go off this inside bar. So let's see if we can get a pullback and a higher low here, confirming. The ES already reached a new high, so we can't even trade that. Yeah, gotta abandon that long idea here on the ES, but the Nasdaq still has a chance. All right, so now Nasdaq has a new high as well. No setup for us, but it has not broken the channel here. We're still in it, so we could still get another second entry long here. See if that forms. On the ES, continuing to go higher. I think we got to try a channel again. Gosh, that just doesn't look right, does it? But that's what makes sense, so we're just gonna go off it visually. Toad asks, are you reading a potential large trading range or just shorten channels? Well, I mean, we for sure are in a range structure, right? Definitely coming down to these lows and then coming up to these highs, back to the lows, back to the highs. So for sure a range structure, but there's a lot of space in between here and here that we can take trades. So playing the shortened channels as well. So yeah, I'm doing both. The Nasdaq is testing the high of this channel here. I'm going to zoom out too and fix the range. We're looking ripe for a pullback here. Got a little congestion here at the top, kind of a mini range. It technically is our first entry by the count, but this all kind of just looks like one top to me. And we're going up with no setup here. Definitely need to see a pullback here before we get in any sort of trade. We are quite extended from the exponential moving average. We got like, oops. Where are we even at? Here, let's see. About almost 4 points between the current action and the moving average. And too close to the top of the range. Agree with that, Gary. On the Nasdaq, just hanging out here at the top of the channel. Also need a pullback. Quite a bit of room between the current action. 15 points between the current action and EMA. So we'll definitely need to see a correction here. Nasdaq looking like it is pulling back a little bit. You'd think a correction would be in order for sure. You'd think so. We are getting it here on the Nas. Okay, cool. We got our first break of the channel here on ES. See if we can get a second entry long here. Ooh, look at the Nasdaq. Beautiful first entry right off the EMA. Hopefully it doesn't go to a new high yet. We have our first entry here right off the EMA. We need one more pullback. See a setup there. Macaroons, since no one is answering, I'm doing good, man. Good to see you this morning. Hope everyone else is good. Hope the silence isn't people struggling. I always worry about that. Ooh, Nasdaq is looking pretty tasty. We're getting close to that EMA. Might get that second entry long here. The V play. Are you doing? You're trading the V's? Woof. That's a bold move, Cotton. Okay, so on the Nasdaq here, on the micros here, we're at the EMA, not quite on the mini contracts. There we go. We touched the EMA on the mini contracts. Maybe if we turn up here, it would be good. Doesn't look like that's going to happen though. Reload historical data just to see if that helps it match up more with the mini contracts. Same here on the ES. I'm going to reload this really quick. See if that helps any. I don't think it changed my bars much. It did change it on the micro NAS contracts. Yeah, it looks like the better possibility is happening on the ES right now. So close to that EMA. We just want to see. Whoa, why did I go black here? What on earth? I do not know what's going on here. Apologies. Try to get this figured out. That is not the chart. Okay, there we go. All right, we're back in business. Okay. Well, looks like we might move to a new high here with no setup. Now it looks the same. Oh, good, Johnny. I'm glad to hear that that worked. I always forget. I clear my cache every day, but I forget to reload historical data sometimes. That can make all the difference. Okay, on the Nasdaq, we have our second entry. Might get a higher low confirmation here. Pull back first entry, pull back second entry. Couldn't take it below the EMA, but we may get a higher low confirmation that we can trade. Slightly bearish bar, can't take it. See if we might get one more higher low here. The ES already did reach the new high, so we're expecting it to correct. Come on, baby. We just need a little bit more of a pullback here. We can get to the EMA. No dice. No dice. Probably just going to take off here. We get one more pullback here and a higher low. That'll actually be a failed second entry short, which would be good. From the bottom here, we had pullback first entry, and then we ticked higher here. So if we get one more pullback, that'll be a failed second entry short. Also higher low confirmation of a second entry long. We have this channel working up. This is our break. We are expecting a new high. Moving way too far down at this point. So probably got to abandon that idea. Maybe. We'll see where this bar finishes. On the ES, we have possibility of a nice bar here, but we already have our break and new high, so it's a little bit risky to take that. The better play is on the Nasdaq. That is a big bar though. Where are we at? 12 points, that's doable if we hang out right around here. No, not a good finish on the bar. On the ES, it looks like we were set for a correction here. Again, we had a break and new high. So expecting prices to correct. It looks like they're finally doing that here. Get our correction channel in. Seems to be the theme of the day. The ES getting a break and new high. The Nasdaq not reaching a new high, and then the ES dragging it down. What happened to our trade earlier this morning? We can get a nice green bar here above the EMA on the Nasdaq. It's super tight. I like that bar. We're going to take that. Quick momentum. See if we can push up to that new high. Or if the same dang thing is going to happen as happened earlier, with the ES needing to correct and the Nasdaq needing a new high, getting dragged down by the ES. We'll find out. There we go, baby. Keep pushing. Nice. Super close to our target here. Just need to push up a little bit more. There we go, baby. Come on now. Okay, cool. Got filled on that. Oh man, for whatever reason, on some of my accounts it got short. I don't know what the heck that is about. Closing those short ones manually here. We're gonna keep this long. Move our target because this could really get going. You never know. This could be the start of a massive move. I almost got shaken out by kind of that repeat pattern of what happened this morning. You know, if we were just watching this chart, this is a perfect setup, but the fact that the ES already had a new high, it didn't do well for us this morning, so I almost backed out of this. But the context is great. Second entry long, higher low confirmation, nice momentum on a good signal bar. Hey, rules. Slowly getting back our loss here. A big runner we could end up breaking even on the day, baby. Let's go runner, come on. Oh, Toad, yeah, no, not an ES trade. ES didn't quite have the same stuff. You can see here's the ES. The confirmation bar was like an inside bar, had some good momentum. But again, we had already reached that new high, so I didn't want to risk that. Back to the NAS. Looked way better on the Nasdaq. And now we do have our break of the channel and a new high formed here, so we could get a correction, get stopped out on this runner. Hopefully not. Hopefully we can continue up here. Maybe this can be a massive move. Maybe we can at least get to the range highs right here. That'd be nice. But one thing that I have kind of resolved on, I used to look for targets for my runner, like maybe a measured move or, you know, like the top of the range or something, and I would take profits there. But then I've just found that it's better just to trail the stop and just let it get hit. There's been so many times where I've taken profit on a runner at a certain level and then it just goes for another, you know, 40 points or whatever. So I'm not going to take profit even if we get up to a certain level. I'm just going to trail that runner but below any swings if we get there, and we'll just see how far this can go. Yes, rules to answer your question. I do trail my stops under candles, not under every candle, because I want to give it a little bit of room to pull back. But we'll trail it under any significant swings. So like we have a pullback right here, right? If this all of a sudden goes up again, then I'll trail it underneath the swing there. We're gonna give this some room to pull back, see if it continues higher. Nice, this is a nice green bar here. Still gonna give it some room. It might go a little bit lower than this green bar. We don't know for sure that this is the bottom of the swing. We're gonna give it some room because it could come up just like a second entry, right? It could come up and tick below that bar and then continue higher. So we're still gonna give it some room. Swing has not formed yet. Nice, another green bar. Love it, love it. Over on the ES, we're continuing to move higher. Kind of crazy. We had an opportunity for the bears to take over. It didn't happen yet. We are at the range high. So this is certainly a good spot for a correction, but we will see. If we make a new high here, that's when I'll start to trail my stop. All right, let's see that push to a new high, Nasdaq. Come on now. Draw a smaller trend. Oh, this is like the second move of this trend. Okay, cool. We're pushing to a new high, so now I'm gonna trail my stop below this swing. So locked in for sure. 9 points or so on the runner. Maybe it'll continue higher. Find the green soon. We'll see. We'll see. Still got a ways to go. We're coming up to the top of the range. The ES is stalling out here at the top, so it looks like it might drop kind of at any minute. But we could launch higher. You never know. You never know. Maybe we'll at least test these highs. I don't know. If the ES pops, you can go to the moon on the Nasdaq. I hope so. Hope so. I am watching the ES closely. I really want that sucker just to launch up out of this range and get going on a bullish trend. That's kind of a big ask at this point for sure. But the Nasdaq, shoot, it might pull the ES up. We need a new low to keep momentum. Nice. New higher low. Yeah, for sure. What we need is for the S&P 500 to go up. It's just kind of hanging around doing not much right now. I am tempted to just take profits here, but I know I'm not going to make that mistake again. I've left a lot of money on the table doing that before. I'm going to give it room to breathe. This thing we could trend up all day long, so I don't want to. I'd rather it come down and hit my stop versus missing out on a trend day for the rest of the day. The runner gotta, if you have a problem like taking profit on runners too early, remember that it's just a bonus. We already got the trade. We already won, right? So we've already made our money on the trade. The runner is just a bonus, just in case something crazy happens in the market and keeps going. Is the runner blocking you to take new trades? No, it's not. I would definitely take another setup if it occurred. I don't see anything. This is kind of, pretty overextended here. Not even really close to the EMA. So there's no setup here. And then on the ES, we're right at the top of this possible range, so can't take any trades there. So it would really just be a wait and see time anyway, even if I wasn't already in a trade. But this could last a while, guys. So I think I will likely end the stream here soon, and what we can do is I can continue to post updates on Twitter. I can post screenshots of my chart. Yeah, again, like if this develops into a bullish trend for the day, it could be trailing my stop all day long. So I'll give it just a minute here, see what's gonna happen, see if the ES is gonna break out of the range. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool if I get back to break even with this trade. I lost 2 and then make it up in 1. That'd be pretty awesome. Green, green, green. Getting close, 60 bucks away, but I don't want to let my P&L dictate how I manage this trade, right? I think it'd be easy, especially if I get to break even, like, okay, cut it. But I don't want to leave money on the table. I want to let this sucker run as long as it's going to run. All right, yeah, thank you, Toad. Appreciate that. And I'm actually going to step off too. Follow me on Twitter for updates on this trade. I will continue to post screenshots, show you where I'm trailing my stop, and hopefully we can get back to break even. Looking pretty hopeful. ES is now breaking above the range. Still have yet to get over the overnight highs, or actually just the high of the day. But we're going to test that soon. So anyway, hope it's been a good morning for you. Remember, again, that crazy 90% off sale is going on. So load up on some accounts, get ready for this coming week. And yeah, again, follow me on Twitter for updates on this trade and maybe some more trades this afternoon. We'll see. And until Monday, hope you all have a wonderful, restful weekend. Enjoy some time off, and I will catch you then. Later, everyone.